Aloha, good evening everyone. My name is Ellie Cochran and you're West Maui County Council candidate. Out of 7 of us, here's the top 2, and I was the number 1 in the top 2. I'm born and raised right here in Lahaina. This is my home. This will always be my home. And this is one of the main reasons why I'm stepping up to the plate to be that voice, that representation of the people for this area. And it's an honor, actually, to be here, to share this journey that I'm on with you. This campaign has taught me so much. This campaign has introduced me to so many people in every corner of this county I never would dream I've ever meet. And with that, I have learned so much. With that, I have the inside scoop on what each individual community's needs are. And with being born and raised here in West Maui, I especially know that, and that's you, the voters from here. Aloha.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you, West Maui Taxpayers Association, for this wonderful format. I'm Alan Fukuyama, also running for the West Maui Council seat. Although not born and raised in Lahaina, I feel that I have grown with the community. I've talked to a lot of community leaders and have grown to know what is needed in the area. I think it is time that we have some business-minded people in office, and I'm a small business owner, and I understand the trying times of running a business. It is tough times, and small businesses need to be cared for because they are the meat of our community. I've run once before in 2008, and I grown to enjoy this life. You know, it's I'm a glutton for punishment, but it's okay. Some people have to do it. You know. So with that, thank you very much again, and
okay, our first question is going to go to Ellie. Currently, tourism is the primary economic generator in Maui County. What is your view on that, and what new ideas might you have in changing or promoting this concept?
Thank you for the question, Z. Yeah, tourism is one of our hugest driving, economic drivers here in West Maui in particular, and that's the line of work I've come from. I've been in the tourism industry for 32 years, so I've seen the real ups of it and I've seen the real downs of it. As of 2 years ago, I was the victim of the outsourcing, downsizing that's happening in our timeshare properties. And that made me, gave me the opportunity to run for this office. But what I see is we need to diversify and bring new types of tourism here. And it has to do with more conventions and banquets. Say we had a regional park of some kind, bring international sports here, bring renewable energy conferences here, because we have the makings, I believe, not only in this county, but in this entire state, to be the movers, to be the forerunners of renewable, of sustainability. I'm Kanaka Maole, and my answers knew how to do it. Mahalo.
1 minute.
Same question. Tourism is not only the important part of West Maui, but it's the importance throughout the state. I think at this time, we need to expand our investment in tourism so we can draw them to the island and get the quality of tourists that we need. And tourists brings a lot of revenues to our islands, for small businesses, for big businesses, for hotels, rent-a-cars, airlines, you name it. We need to entice tourists to come. We have lost some of the tourist flow. However, Maui is still one of the best destinations in the world. So I think we'll continue to see our share of tourists. Thank you.
1 minute Q&A. Same question.
Elaborate?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think we can't put all our eggs in that tourism basket, though. I think we've learned our lesson with 9/11, with the closure of the airlines. And so this is why I'm saying diversify jobs. But of course, tourism, Hawaii is a beautiful place. We're voted the top island in the world for 14 years running, something like that. And I think Maui sells itself, but what makes it special? Because I can go to Fiji and get fun surf and sunshine and white sandy beaches. It's the people, it's the aloha, it's the culture. That's what makes Hawaii and Maui attractive to others to want to come here. So we need to make sure that we preserve that. Do ecotourism, things where people can go and learn about kanaka mo'ole and how we did things and how we live and the culture. I think that's why people come here. And that's what's going to make people want to come back again and again. We all want to learn something new. And that's what this campaign's been about for me, is learning new things. Mahalo.
We have been blessed because now we get direct routes from other new airlines coming to Maui. Alaskan Airlines has just increased flights to Maui. So we're going to have a different kind of tourists coming here, but we're gonna see it grow. We're soon to have international direct flights, and that'll bring in a different kind of tourists, and that'll bring in different monies. Maybe the money is greener from that side of the world, who knows? But however, it is money, and that's what we need.
Thank you. Second question will start off with you, Alan. In many occasions, development precedes infrastructure development. Because of that mentality, we are faced with failing or lacking infrastructure. If elected, what will you do to change the current process?
Thank you, Zee. The infrastructure needs to grow with development. We need to partner with developers so that we can improve on the infrastructure. Counties by themselves cannot afford to put in, or even the state. But if the developer wants to develop, he should be a part of improving our infrastructure alongside with his development. And I think a lot of the developers have come to that, where they're willing to put in monies so that they can improve the area. Includes sewer treatment plants in some of their projects, dig their own wells. That is good. So alongside with the development, I think if we have a great partnership with the developer, the infrastructural needs will come.
How many of you, Ellen? Same question.
Thank you, Zee. I'd like to see what the carrying capacity is of everything. The roads, the water system, the resources that we have here. There's so many projects coming down the pipeline that are entitled, and yet what we have in place, our infrastructure can't keep up with it. So I want to take the big picture look. The general plan is going through the motions right now, and I've been following that for years. So I'm paying close attention, people. And yes, in there, one of my concerns is it's addressing how do we bring new infrastructure up online, but it's not addressing what's already here. How are we going to upgrade and push the existing infrastructure up to par? We need to look at these kind of things to avoid catastrophe that happened down at the Alawai Canal. So I think, and of course all this takes money. There needs to be a public-private partnership, yes, with federal and state entities. And with that, I want to say mahalo.
Elaborate for you, Adam, 1 minute.
Well, as we know, we are having some improvements in our roads as we speak. However, we need to work with our state representatives to expedite some of these projects. Like the HP Ilani project, it took 30 years to start. I mean, that's kind of too long. I don't know what they were doing. They rerouted monies. They took away our funds. The project was approved back in 1980, in the early 80s, I'd say, but it didn't start until beginning of this year, I believe. And let's wait and see how that's going to play out. We can always improve on it, but if it works good, let's continue to partner with our state representatives and bring in more monies so we can get more infrastructural improvements.
1 more minute to you. 1 more minute to you.
And so, water is a real passion of mine. Nothing can live without water. We can't have development. We have the injection well issue. That's part of infrastructure right now. And it's a big thing. Our current mayor, she has created a task force. I've been going to these meetings to figure out, what is the solution? Where is the answer going to be for this? And they're a little stumped at this point. Money, of course, with everything, with our roads, with our sewer, where is it coming from? And they are talking about the tap. They're talking about possibly tapping into those monies. The tourism industry, the condos, the hotels, the timeshares are putting a big burden on our wastewater treatment facilities. So that's something to toss around and consider. And it's important, that we have proper water allocation. And there's a lot of the ditch systems are antiquated, and there is some repairs happening. I think there needs to be more of it, because once we can get the water in place, we can alleviate a lot of issues with it. Mahalo.
Okay, final question. We'll start off with you.